Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna learn a project cycle through animation in just 10 to 15 minutes. Let's start the video without any delay. Yes, what is a project cycle? It is a step-by-step proven scientific method to solve problems, right? So helps in building intelligent system. Yes, through project cycle, we will also evaluate the system. We will evaluate the system which makes the system more perfect. Yes, and used in real life applications. Yes, a project cycle is also used in real world problems, used to solve real world problems. Okay, now a structured process to solve problems. Yes, next stages of a project cycle. First, problem scoping. In problem scoping, defining objectives, understanding the problem, identifying stakeholders, setting goals. See, understanding the problem comes first, then defining the objectives. Okay, first we understand what is the problem here. Okay, suppose if farmer said there is a problem with his crops. Now we gotta understand what the problem is. Are the crops failed? Did the crops have less nutrients or like that? So we understand the problem. Suppose the problem was his crops failed. Now second, defining the objectives. What can be the reasons due to which crops failed? Means reasons for failed crops, right? We gonna see all the reasons like less fertility soil means there is the soil is very low fertile, or next we're gonna see did crops fail due to pesticides, did they fail due to weeds, unwanted plants which come through like that. Yes, now defining objectives, understanding the problem, identifying stakeholders, and setting goals. See, understanding the problem comes first, then defining the objectives. Okay, first understanding the problem means suppose we understand the problem first, right? Suppose if farmer said there is an issue with his crops, so we're gonna see did the crops fail or did crops have less nutrients compared to normal crops, so like that we're gonna see. But suppose the problem here was crops failed, now we're gonna see all the reasons due to which crops failed. Means suppose did crops fail due to presence of less nutrients in the soil, or due to unwanted plants weeds, or due to pesticides, or due to intense rain, like that we're gonna see all the reasons. And now identifying stakeholders means see, we're gonna see what does means solving this problem, how will it benefit stakeholders. Means we're gonna see how the problem, how solving the problem benefits stakeholders. Means how stakeholders will be benefited by solving this problem. Okay, next setting goals. This is not required. Now next, four problem canvas. We're gonna use four problem canvas in problem scoping method. See, who affected people, means who are the stakeholders. We're gonna see what is the problem, where, location and context means where did the problem actually occur, place, yes, and why means how does it benefits the stakeholders. This is the 4W canvas. And we also use problem statement template. It is nothing but a problem statement template is a clear and concise description of the issue that needs to be solved using AI. Means suppose we went to stage number 4 and we want to see our basics again, means what are the basics of the problem, so that in stage 4 in modeling we can make a better AI. So what we're gonna do is we come to problem scope, problem statement template, and see all the what we say required information for us. Suppose we are in stage 4 and we forgot, means we want to see the basics again to be very sure, means to be very clarified. So we come to problem statement template, which is a small table in which we have already included all the information in concise and clear description, so that we can come again and see it. it defines what the problem is, who is affected, and what solution. See, what, who, what, where, and why we use it here. Okay. Yes. See, I'm gonna just revise it again. In problem scoping, we use 4Ws canvas to know who are the people affected, what is the problem, where did the problem occur, and why. These are the 4Ws, okay, used in problem scope. Okay, we'll move to next stage now. Data acquisition. What is data acquisition? Just collecting the data from relevant sources. Authenticated sources means there are some sources which are not authenticated, and we should not take data from there, which affects the privacy, and it is against the law. So we have to collect data. Suppose if the farmers crops failed, right? So to solve the problem, we're going to collect all the data. Suppose we got to know that farmers crops failed due to pesticides. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get all the information related to the pesticides from all the past cases. Yes, all the past cases from relevant sources, and we're gonna compare that to this problem, and we're gonna get some solution. Now, next step. So we can get data from sensors. Means by sensors means uh, by see, we can get data from survey. See, we can get data from survey, online data, documents, databases, and from here we can get all the data. Next stage, data exploration. See, we have collected data in data acquisition step. So we're gonna just what we say gather the data. We're gonna arrange the gathered data in uniform way so that we can understand. We can interpret it. Cleaning data, understanding data, visualizing data, finding patterns in the data. In data exploration, we're gonna find patterns. We'll just analyze the given data. We'll arrange the data in uniform way for our understanding. This is data exploration. We have first what we did, we have assumed all the reasons for the problem in problem scoping, and we also saw that what benefits does the stakeholders get when we solve this problem. Yes, and we all got basics of this problem in problem scoping. In data acquisition, we got more data around it, means we got more data which is connected to it. And in data exploration, we arranged this data uniformly so that we can get something out of it. We analyze this data. Now we're gonna go to the next stage, which is modeling. In modeling, building AI models, training the model using algorithms. Okay, we have got the first. We got to know what the problem is in problem scoping. Yes, in data acquisition, we got data S which is linked to this problem. In data exploration, we arranged this data in uniform way for our better understanding, and we got to know what is the problem. Now in problem scoping only, we will get to know what the problem is. Okay, now in data acquisition, we will get data, and we in data exploration we will arrange this data to analyze it. And in modeling, we have done all these three steps. We have data, and we know what the problem is. Now we also know what the solution is because we have just analyzed the data. Now in modeling, we're gonna build an AI model which helps to solve the problem. Suppose in modeling, building AI model, training the model. Yes, we want to train the model in modeling only. In modeling, there is also in training test and split data. I'm going to explain in evaluation. Yes, this is the topic of evaluation, but it is connected to modeling. Now two approaches, there are two approaches. First is learning based approach and rule based approach. First we're going to learn detail in about learning based approach, then we're going to move to rule based approach. In learning based approach, there are three. Supervised means it is supervised. By the name only we are getting that someone is supervising this model. See, you are a student who is supervised by a teacher, and unsupervised learning is another student who is not supervised by teacher or is supervised by some. See, he is supervised by his parents in studies, but the parents don't know that much about studies, so they are not able to tell him completely and clearly. So this is a very good example for unsupervised learning. So same goes with data. There is a man who written the program but didn't label the data. Means he didn't gave the labeled data in unsupervised learning. So the model finds patterns and groups in the given data. In labeled data, the given data is labeled, so it classifies according to label. But in unsupervised learning, it finds patterns in the data. Okay, and in reinforcement learning, it learns from rewards and mistakes. The it learns from the user rewards and mistake. Means if the user gives penalty, then it gets to know that it has given a wrong answer, and if the user gives it reward, it gets to know that it is correct answer, so it will continue that answer. Okay, now in supervised learning, classification, output numeric value predicts continuous data. Example, see, classification is a method in supervised learning. This is how it classifies given on labeled data. The given it classifies the given data according to the label. Yes, means it is used to predict continuous data. Okay, next. No, here in classification, the data used is discrete, and in regression, it is continuous. Sorry, there was a mistake. Okay. Yes, it is not continuous. It is discrete data. In regression, it is continuous data. Okay. Regression is also another method under supervised learning. Now, this is how regression goes. Continuous data. Yes, it also classifies the data according to labels, but it gets continuous data and it gets what we say discrete data. Discrete data means a limited data. Okay, now example, price, it is used for price and marks, and this is more used for simple ones. Okay, not price and marks, this is a mistake. Sorry, yeah, this is a mistake. Now next, in unsupervised learning also there are two methods. First we have clustering. Yes, it clusters based on the pattern. Suppose in classification, so see, I'm going to give you examples of classification and clustering. See, in classification I have given two fruits. Yes, one is banana and another one is apple, and another I've given three vegetables. Okay, I didn't label the vegetables, but I labeled the fruits. What it does do, it classifies the two fruits differently based on the labels, and it also classifies the vegetables together. Means I've given the vegetables as one name, grouped name, vegetables. But for the fruits, I've given two other names. See, I'm gonna give you more simpler example. I've given I've given three fruits and two vegetables to classification. Okay, what does it do? Based on the labels, it divides it. Means I've given banana, apple, and mango. It classifies banana, apple, and mango separately, and also vegetables. But in clustering, if I gave it three fruits and two vegetables, it clusters three fruits into one and two vegetables into one. Yes, it clusters based on the pattern. What is the pattern here? Fruits and vegetables. But classification sees the name. Next. Yes, another one is dimensionality reduction in unsupervised learning. It also does in unlabeled means it also works. See, there is another thing. Clustering uses unlabeled data, and it also uses unlabeled data. Dimensionality reduction is nothing but just reducing the dimension to get more information. See, suppose there is 3D object, it just reduces it to 2D object. Now I want, see, why dimensionality reduction is used, because now only I want the front face of the shape, but I am getting the unwanted data of 3D. I would just want the front shape, so we're gonna use dimensional reduction to reduce the dimension. We're gonna get it to 2D so that we can only get the front shape. Now next, yes, this is what is first learning based approach. These are there in learning based approach. Yes, I'm going back. You can once, yes, 1 second, yeah, you can see it once. Go through it here. Pause the video and go through it. Now we're gonna go to next. Is rule based approach. Okay. In rule based approach works on predefined rules. Yes. Means here the programmer uses limited data. Means suppose you can see the most accurate example for rule based approach is chatbots. If you see the chatbots, and if you open Amazon customer care, you want to talk to a chatbot. It only answers you to the given questions. You can't ask it, means what is the revenue of Amazon. You can't ask that questions. It only gives you what is your problem. So it only gives you the answer to some predefined questions. So works on predefined rules. So the rules are set. Not it is not. It doesn't work on large sets of data. Yes, no learning data. No no learning from data. See, in learning based approach, the model learns. Neither it be supervised, unsupervised, or reinforcement. These three learn. Okay, learn through their mistakes. But in rule based, it doesn't learn, and output depends on the given rules. Yes, simple and easy to design. Yes. Limited limited coding is required to make this rule based approach. So this is what is modeling. Now we're gonna move to next stage, which is evaluation. I already made an video on this evaluation topic specifically because it is very big, but I'm gonna give you some summary here. See, we're gonna use evaluation. Suppose you are ready. Yes, you are ready in modeling. Yes, you have studied the whole year. Now it's time for you to give a test. That's what is evaluation. Okay, key metrics used means you are taken an exam. See, the metrics to evaluate you are used as English subjects, right? So here the metrics for model used are accuracy, precision, and recall, and confusion. See, confusion matrix is not a metric. Accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score are metrics. Okay. Yes, overfitting and underfitting also comes under key metrics. I've explained about this in detail in an evaluation episode, which is also very low. You can see that in 2x to save your time. This is just summary. I didn't explain you in detail. If you want to know in detail, go and watch that episode. This is that is present in this channel. So these are the five stages. These are the five stages. If you watch the video till here, thank you. If you have loved the video, please like and subscribe. See, like and subscribe is your wish, but also comment so that I can improve